For nearly 2,000 years, the Nazca Lines have remained etched across the Peruvian desert, silently guarding the secrets of an ancient civilization. They have survived scorching heat, the passage of time, and countless generations. From the ground, they appear to be nothing more than simple lines in the sand. But from the sky, they reveal a breathtaking masterpiece, one of humanity's greatest archaeological wonders. Today, thanks to satellites, drones, and artificial intelligence, we continue to uncover new geoglyphs that were hidden for centuries. Each new discovery brings us one step closer to understanding the remarkable people who created them. Were the Nazca Lines sacred pathways, an ancient astronomical calendar, symbols connected to water and survival, or do they represent something we have yet to fully understand? The truth is, we still don't know. And perhaps that is what makes the Nazca Lines so extraordinary. They remind us that even in an age of advanced technology, some mysteries refuse to surrender their secrets. The greatest discoveries are often not the answers we find, but the questions that inspire us to keep searching. Thank you for joining us on this journey into one of history's most fascinating mysteries. If you enjoyed this documentary, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Which ancient mystery should we explore next? Let us know in the comments. Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and remember, history still has many secrets waiting to be discovered. While myths and extraordinary theories continue to capture the world's imagination, modern science has taken a different approach to the Nazca Lines. Instead of asking who or what created them, researchers are focused on understanding why they were made and what they meant to the people who lived here nearly 2,000 years ago. Using drones, satellites, GPS mapping, and artificial intelligence, archaeologists are now studying the Nazca Desert with a level of detail that was impossible just a few decades ago. These advanced technologies have revealed dozens of previously unknown geoglyphs, hidden beneath layers of time and difficult to recognize from the ground. Excavations have uncovered pottery, wooden stakes, woven textiles, and ceremonial objects near several of the geoglyphs. Radiocarbon dating confirms that many of these artifacts belong to the Nazca civilization, strengthening the evidence that the lines were created by the people who lived in this region. Scientists also believe the geoglyphs were connected to rituals, social gatherings, and the ancient culture's relationship with water, one of the most precious resources in the harsh desert environment. Rather than serving as mysterious runways or messages to visitors from space, the lines are increasingly understood as expressions of human creativity, belief, and community. Yet, despite decades of research, not every question has been answered. Why were certain animals chosen? Why are some lines perfectly straight for kilometers? And why were so many different designs created over hundreds of years? The Nazca Lines remind us that even with the most advanced technology, the ancient world still holds secrets waiting to be uncovered. Sometimes the greatest mystery is not beyond our planet, but within our own history. For nearly a century, one question has continued to puzzle scientists, historians, and explorers alike. Why did the ancient Nazca people create these enormous drawings in the middle of a barren desert? One of the earliest and most widely accepted theories suggests that the Nazca Lines were connected to religious ceremonies. Many researchers believe the lines served as sacred pathways where people walked during rituals to honor their gods and pray for rain, fertile land, and successful harvests. In one of the driest regions on Earth, water meant survival, making these ceremonies deeply important. Another fascinating theory proposes that some of the geoglyphs were linked to astronomy. Certain straight lines appear to align with the sunrise, sunset, or the positions of stars during specific times of the year. Some experts believe the Nazca people may have used these alignments to mark the changing seasons and plan agricultural activities. Others argue that the geoglyphs symbolized water itself. Archaeologists have discovered ancient underground aqueducts beneath the desert, leading some researchers to believe the giant figures pointed toward hidden water sources or played a role in rituals celebrating this precious resource. And then there is the most famous and most controversial theory of all. Some people claim the Nazca Lines were created as landing sites or messages for extraterrestrial visitors. The enormous scale of the figures has inspired countless books, documentaries, and television shows. However, despite its popularity, there is no scientific evidence supporting the idea that aliens were involved. Today, most archaeologists agree that the Nazca Lines are the extraordinary achievement of a highly skilled ancient civilization. Yet even after decades of research, their true purpose remains one of history's greatest unanswered mysteries. As incredible as the Nazca Lines appear, perhaps the greatest mystery isn't what they depict, but how they were created with such astonishing precision nearly 2,000 years ago. The ancient Nazca people had no modern machines, no aircraft, no satellites, and no advanced surveying equipment, yet they managed to produce perfectly straight lines that stretch for several kilometers and enormous animal figures visible only from high above the desert. The secret, surprisingly, was simple but remarkably effective. The surface of the Nazca Desert is covered with dark, iron-rich stones. By carefully removing these stones, the Nazca people exposed the lighter-colored soil beneath, creating bright lines that stood out against the darker ground. Using wooden stakes, ropes, and careful planning, they could mark straight paths and gradually expand them into massive geometric shapes and detailed animal figures. Archaeologists have even recreated some of these techniques, proving that such impressive geoglyphs could be made using only simple tools, teamwork, and extraordinary patience. Another reason the Nazca Lines have survived for nearly 2,000 years is the unique climate of southern Peru. The Nazca Desert is one of the driest places on Earth. Rain is extremely rare, and strong winds are uncommon. Without heavy rainfall or flowing rivers to erode the ground, the geoglyphs remained almost untouched for centuries. What may have taken months or even years to complete has endured through generations, preserving the remarkable achievements of an ancient civilization. Every line, every curve, and every figure tells a story of careful planning, remarkable skill, and deep cultural significance. Even today, standing beside these lines on the ground, they seem ordinary. But from the sky, they transform into one of humanity's most extraordinary artistic achievements, a masterpiece carved not on stone or canvas, but across an entire desert.